The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
He's back!
What happened?
Well, you know what?
What happened?
I missed you and
lie.
a 2022 Honda Civic.
Did you?
Never wanted one more.
It's so bad.
Something about
Exactly. That way they make you want to drive one. I'm telling you.
And this is not product placement. That's just the first thought that just popped up.
That apparently it works.
Clearly.
Dude.
Wow.
Product placement.
Advertisement.
Welcome to WAFB Plus and 9 News Now.
Yeah. Look at a pretty start on a Tuesday.
You know what? And we talk about this all the time. This is like all the time for us now. Like this is how the mornings start, and then they kind of get sideways in the afternoon, that kind of deal. We'll dig into the weather here in a little bit, but yeah, we kind of like, it's overcast clearly, but not a bad start here in South Louisiana.
Don't let it fool you.
Yeah,
Rain is still on the way
Yeah.
again after lunchtime hour. So if you left the house, if you have not left the house actually already, grab an umbrella because you will inevitably hit some kind of shower at some point today.
Guarantee it. Guarantee it. We're going to show you that here in a quick minute. But I tell you what, for a lot of folks, as they woke up this morning, the headline for them is a former Louisiana governor putting himself into hospice care.
Yeah, Edwin Edwards, the Louisiana's only 4-term governor, says that he's putting himself in hospice care at his home in Gonzales, but he says not to worry. This is all because he just wants quality care. You know, I think he made a good point in his statement that when you hear hospice, you just assume somebody is dying. That's not necessarily the case, at least in Mr. Edwin Edwards' case. So we'll continue to follow this, but what we're hearing is that he's done this on his own accord, no major illness to report of. He just wants to have care at home.
From what it sounds like, and we talked about it this morning, had pain in his right lung, right, on Sunday, and drove to the hospital, x-rays, CAT scans, he and his wife, and it didn't show anything overly problematic. But as you mentioned, just checked himself in for what he called good, quality, convenient care.
Right.
But this is somebody who is going to turn 94 on August 7th. So, I mean, it's like, check the calendar, it's like about a month away. And that story you can find right here on the homepage, just waiting for you. This is Louisiana's only 4-term governor. He served as a representative in Congress. He was in the state Senate. Heck, he was like on the Supreme Court associate, appeals court for like months. He's done a lot. Everybody knows the name.
That's it.
So it's going to be one of those that a lot of folks want to know and keep abreast of. And we're going to update you here at WAP.com and the 9 News app. But that really is one of the lead stories. Something else that we were talking about as well. Black Caucus, legislative leaders, Black Caucus.
Caucus.
They're going to be speaking at the state capitol today. It's all about Louisiana State Police.
At 11 a.m., they're going to hold a press conference talking about how Louisiana State Police can gain the public's trust moving forward. This is coming after 2 major investigations, the death of Ronald Green, which happened in North Louisiana, and the beating of Aaron Bowman. You've most likely seen the awful images, the video, the surveillance video, the body cam footage that has come out of these incidents. Those are only 2 of many. The other incidents that they're talking about are the beatings of black drivers at the hands of troopers. And so this is all being talked about today at the steps of the Capitol. Louisiana's Congressional Black Caucus expected to talk about, well, how do you move forward from this?
And this is something, look, these are the names you just mentioned, and the cases moving forward, and the families of these individuals, by the way, believe that there will be grand juries seated for both of these cases by the end of summer. These stories, these cases, these pieces of video have been seen nationwide. This has turned into much more than just a Louisiana story, but of course for folks in Louisiana, it's very personal. We live here. We have to work together to figure this out. But the rest of the country is watching this as well.
That's it. So the main topics that come out of this, accountability and reform. So we'll see. But the family members of both of those men are expected to also be there and in conversation too. It's going
to be a lot. There's still a lot. There's beyond heavy topics and a lot to come.
But moving to something that is a little bit lighter, something exciting. Dr. William Tate is going to be the new president of LSU. We've talked about this before. We've introduced him before, but today will be his official first day, and it's exciting because he is making waves not only here at LSU, but in the SEC as the first black president of an institution. Another fun fact, someone told me this today, with Dr. Tate moving into this role, Baton Rouge now has Southern University, BRCC, and LSU at the helms of black men.
Headed up by
How cool is that?
That really is. That really is.
Yeah.
And obviously he comes in from South Carolina with an incredible, incredible road behind him. Things already accomplished and things left still to accomplish. But I love his press conference. It was one of those, literally gave it his best Ed Orgeron Go Tigers, and then ended it with like a Ric Flair. Woo!
He did. it.
You know, I mean, it was
Yes.
so. I mean,
Jolt of new energy.
yeah. And so you love to see that even off of something like the athletic field or the court. My gosh, it's okay to get excited about education. And you're talking about the flagship university in the state of Louisiana.
Yep.
So to see that kind of excitement from somebody new coming in and saying, all right, let's roll. Now look, here's the thing. It ain't all going to be, let's go Tigers, woo! There's a lot on his plate as he steps in, a lot of eyes and a lot of big issues to start to deal with.
That's it. So as this new year kind of unfolds, as we go into this new academic school year and he prepares for that, we'll let you know what his big plans are for the year moving forward.
Big plans. Do you have any plans to potentially roll up your sleeve if you have not yet?
Yeah, not only are we competing with New Orleans to find out who can find the most vaccinated residents in the next 30 days, we're going to tie this in and also talk about shot at $1 million, right? We're talking about that statewide lottery, the vaccine lottery, but you can only participate and register if you've had at least one dose of that vaccine by this Friday. So knock it out. Just knock out both whammies here. Get your vaccine, help Baton Rouge win, because we're going up against the city of New Orleans for this friendly competition. I think we can do it.
I think so too. A little 225 taking on the 504.
Look at that.
And so I think what you'll see, hopefully, now here's the thing. New Orleans is already right now ahead of Baton Rouge as far as overall vaccinations. That doesn't count. We're talking about the 30 days, this 30-day challenge. And so, yeah, it's even ground. Everybody's starting from that, both of us starting from that same line, and we'll see where we get to. But to see the mayors kind of jarring at each other in a good way, back and forth.
Very civil.
Exactly right.
Yes.
Civil, but we want to beat the pants off you, or beat the shirt off you.
The sleeves, yes.
The sleeves off you.
Just
see
rip
if
them
we can
off.
roll them up. But how fun would that be to be able to say, gotcha, beat you, took you down. Like you said, there's a lot going on here. Shot at $1 million as well.
That's it. Yeah. So make sure you can enter to win that prize.
Yeah.
Not only $1 million, $100,000 scholarship, and then $100,000 in cash. So if you don't win the $1 million, there's other prizes in store for you. So it doesn't hurt to, especially if you got a vaccine back in December, you think I'm not eligible, you are.
Yeah.
So go and apply.
Game on, as it says.
Please.
What's the overall purse? Like $2.3 million in the.
I think you're right.
Like $2.3 million. So the $1 million is, like you said, the big one. But they got so many other prizes you could be a part of. But you got to make sure you're registered.
That's it.
What a perfect way to do it. Go, get it, game on. Love it.
Game on.
Game on world of weather, I guess. And it really is kind of a headline maker, always is down here.
Yeah.
And Steve Caparata telling us again that, it's another nice start to the morning, but you can see those showers popping. Actually, I can show that to you. You can see those showers popping a little bit earlier on today, and it was, kind of getting folks ready. Hold on.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
Well, I don't know. Maybe, I think, you know what? I think Steve may have taken it.
Maybe thinking because they have to prepare for the noon show and the forecast there. But you can see here, every hour by hour from 10 a.m. on, you are expecting between 40 and 70% chance. So no matter where you are in our viewing area, just bank on having an umbrella with you, a poncho. Especially if you have lunch plans outside and you have to run from your car to the restaurant, you're going to want to carry an umbrella with you.
I don't want to blame it on Steve. Look, just because I can.
Just to show him.
Look.
No signal.
No signal. We lost
Sometimes
connection.
things happen.
We lost the signal.
Sometimes things happen. We are immune to technology issues also.
Who do we talk to?
Oh.
I got some names.
Who's telling me? Google?
I do.
Google? Sometimes YouTube?
Dang you. Don't they know we're in the middle of a show?
How do you make TV station?
To connect. Can I run a wire like hard? Because I know it's like all like, wireless now. Can I run a wire to Google headquarters?
I'm not sure.
Amazon headquarters?
You let me know. That would be great.
It's a long cable.
It would be a long cable, but it's 2021. Maybe it's around.
Maybe make it happen. All right, so world weather, we kind of know what's going on.
Yes.
Sports world. Something begins tonight that may grab a few folks' attention. Game 1 of the NBA
Bowling?
Finals.
Oh.
Badminton?
Yeah. You're just shouting random sports.
Exactly.
Yes.
Break out your shuttlecock and get it over the net.
Look at that.
No, Game 1 of the NBA Finals. It is Phoenix taking on Milwaukee. So Suns taking on the Bucks. Maybe not a lot of fans down here thinking about that, but there are some former players from NOLA who will be playing.
Yeah, Chris Paul of our big one back when the New Orleans Pelicans were the Hornets.
Right.
Big name, right? With the Clippers eventually and now with the Suns.
Yeah.
So when you talk about Monty Williams, another person who
That's
coached
right.
him back during his time here, a little bit salty, but if you want a dog in this fight, well, this would be your dog in the fight.
You know what? There is, and so Drew Holiday obviously on the other side with the Bucks, and with the Greek freak out, Giannis Antetokounmpo out. We'll see if Drew and the rest of the crew can make it happen. But I don't find it hard to root for either of them.
Yeah.
Both gave a number of years to their time in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And when you talk about New Orleans, it's a franchise that's been tough to find any kind of a winner.
Yeah.
It's tough to sustain. It's one of the smallest markets in the entire NBA. But Chris Paul gave half a dozen years. It's been 10 years since he was in New Orleans. He gave half a dozen years. And we all know it was fun to root for Drew as well. So I don't know. I'd love to see both of them do well.
Right.
But I think I'd like to see CP3 get a ring.
That would be really cool.
I really do.
And I tell you what, as much as I love LeBron James, as much as I love the Lakers, it is nice to see a team that is not the Lakers in the final. You know,
they bounced out
finally.
quick. And there's another former, obviously, Pelican playing over there with
Yeah.
Anthony Davis. So I think you're right. It'll be new blood, so to speak.
New blood.
New old blood, CP3. I didn't call you old.
No. Oh gosh.
Is he watching?
You're doing the dang thing.
Is he watching?
If you are watching 9 News Now, first, thank you, and I'm sorry.
And why?
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm sorry. And what?
Why? Right.
Go to bed.
Because
No.
of us. I mean, please.
Clearly.
Please.
Everybody
Everybody has
watches
never met.
because of Liz. So all that's going on. That is
Yes.
tonight, 8 o'clock Central. Tip.
I think you said
Game
that.
1
Yeah.
for NBA Finals.
And 24 hours from now, we'll talk about Game 1. Right?
Yeah,
I
we should be.
expect so.
Absolutely.
Unless the world
Absolutely.
ends tomorrow.
Hey, what?
Whoa.
Unless the world ends.
Whoa.
Do you know something I don't know?
No, I don't. I'm just throwing things out there. Yeah.
Well, that's a
we will
big-
win $1 million.
that's a big
While we're
thing.
throwing things out
Nice.
there, we're just
Nice.
we're just putting it out
It's
there.
like that very first episode of Friends, when the very first, like in
Rachel
the coffee
walks
house
in
when
a wedding
Rachel-
dress?
In the wedding dress.
Yes.
The Chandler goes, I just won $1 million. Because anyway,
Yes.
so
it's
sorry.
worth watching if you've
Sorry.
never watched. It's so good.
Sorry.
It's the beginning of a journey.
It is. Speaking of beginning of a journey here, WAFB Plus, all the places you can find us.
That's it. We're kicking off the round of exclusive content today. So 9 News Now, every weekday, 9:15. Johnny Asian's going to come up
Yeah,
at 10
coming up.
o'clock for Asian Nation. That's a
Right.
great one. I believe he's actually talking to the LifeShare Blood Center.
Yeah.
Kind of following up on the
Man.
blood
Yeah.
updates. And apparently they just broke a record.
They
but
really did.
We're not going to talk
No,
about
we
that.
don't
We're
want
going to let
to.
him
We
talk
don't
about
spoil
that.
it.
Yes.
But a lot of that is thanks to you out
Yes.
there. So thank you so much for being involved. But yeah, Johnny's going to have much more of that coming up on Asian Nation. Cap's Corner always on Mondays, you know, and coming up right on the horizon, Jock Talk.
Yes, and this is something especially to look forward to right now because we've hit a lull in sports, right? There's no Louisiana team to root
Right.
for. There's no summer sports. So
Right.
Jock Talk is a really good time to kind of settle into it.
Sure.
You actually get to talk about those deep sports stories,
Yes.
get those in-depth profiles,
Yes,
and he's
all
so
of
good
it.
at doing all of that.
He really is. The ability to tell a story. 9 News Investigators obviously coming soon. And then get you ready for another weekend. I know we just had a weekend. Heck, maybe even some
We're
of you
always
hello,
looking forward to the weekend.
had a long weekend. But
Yes.
of course, Kylie will get you ready for all
Yes,
that fun
indeed.
stuff.
In the meantime, come back to the mothership. WAFB
The mothership.
Chantal 9.
Chantal.
Chantal 9 at 12 o'clock with
12 o'clock?
Scotty.
Yeah.
And today, I believe it is going to be Jared.
Is Jared in? Okay, Jared's
It's either
over
Jared
in.
or Steve.
Gotcha. Or Steve. Or
Yes.
possibly Jay. Or Jeff.
Whoa, or Matt.
I've heard Diane is coming back.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're throwing
Yeah,
that into the cosmos.
put that in there right there. Maybe Mike Graham.
Wow.
All the names?
He's pulling out all the heavy
It's going to be one
hitters.
of 10 people.
1 of 10. Only you can watch and find out.
Only you can
And
watch
you
and
let
find
us
out.
know.
Right? No?
Because we apparently don't know.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's see, 1 of 10 people.
We should play a commercial. Because if we don't, we
Yeah,
get
hit
called
'em
into
with
the main office.
Hit him with that music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all
Have
be
a good
well.
day.
Y'all be well. I don't feel like getting called in the office. Have a good one.
The all-new 22